guys, it's Sam McDonough, IFBB Bikini Pro, and I am back just a few minutes later after posting that other video of the recap to talk about girl power. Okay, we're gonna talk about girl power first. Is this all gonna be one video or is it gonna be multiple? I don't know, but is this recording? It says it's recording. Okay. You guys, I don't know which which show is gonna be harder. Let's start with Girl Power Wasatch. And we have Monsterzym, but I think it's Girl Power and Wasatch are the ones that we are looking at. So, okay, looking at the little list, how many Olympians do we have? Ariel, Ari, Jessica Dolius, Nade, Lexus, Alice Roca, who just placed 15th at the Olympics. So we have 6 Olympians on this list. And on the Wasatch list, we have, should we start with one that has more Olympians? I'm not sure. Okay, we have Jordan, Savannah, Dolezal, well, she's going to be an Olympian for the first time this year. Okay, only 2 people have competed at the Olympia. If I'm wrong, then you can let me know. But yeah, okay. So which one do we start with? Okay. Which one has less people? Maybe we start with that one. Okay, whatever. We're starting with girl power. Okay. So off the bat, Ariana sticks out. She has placed second place by 1 point at whatever show it was. What show did she just compete? Charlotte. So she's got second place in that show. We also had Ilaria Fonsetti. She got 7th place at her pro debut. So, okay, let's get into this. We're going to get into this. Okay, let's start with Ariel Barley. So, at her first Olympia in only, which was 2023, she placed 15th, right? Am I right? 14th. I'm so sorry. Tamikia placed 15th. Ariel placed 14th. Okay. So, she went pro. And then she qualified for the Olympia, like, basically that year or the next or something. Okay, she went pro at not USA's. She went pro in, my picture's in the way. She went pro in 2021 and then got to the Olympia the same year. She did 2 shows and was qualified. So that is the only person that comes to mind. Well, okay, Jordan has also done that. Jordan Brandon qualify for the Olympia the year she turned pro too. But in 2 shows, it took her more shows than that. And that's no shade, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, Ariel is a very, just like genetically genetically gifted athlete, hardworking, obviously, that goes without saying. But yeah, she made it to the Olympia pretty immediately. So let's look at her. And then at that Olympia, she placed fucking 14th. Are you kidding me? So let's look at her physique. So, Ariel, excellent stage presence. Like, unfortunately, beauty is a part of the sport. Beautiful. Suit color always looks great on her. I love this suit. She used to wear a turquoise suit that I really liked. Let's look at that suit. She wore pink then. And then when she went pro, what did she wear? Wait, well, now it looks like it's not showing the show. Okay, well, I liked the suit color. Okay, I need to stop getting bogged down. So, this was the last show she competed at, the San Diego show. In 2024, she only did 1 show last year, and that was that, and she got 5th place. Amy Delgado won this show. And what was missing for her? So, she tilts her pelvis way forward. She has great glute pop, but it does make her look really narrow on the bottom, especially compared to her wide clavicle base that she has. So it's just posing things for her when I look at this photo. So more arch in the low back, and maybe she won't need to do that now. Like, I assume she's put on more muscle. Otherwise, why would she have taken a year off? But yeah, that's what was missing from this pose. This is over a year old at this point. But what she needs is more muscle density all over. Like, her shape, her proportions are already great. It's just more muscle density all over. So I'm sure she's delivered on that. And looking at her back pose, just need a little more size to the glutes to match that upper body. Didn't have as much pop in the back pose here as she did in the front pose. So yeah, more pop, and then cut the hair just a little bit. But that's over a year ago, so I'm not going to get too far into that. But I made some notes too, because clearly I'm getting lost. Okay. What did I write? Okay, what I wrote was who will compare well. Okay, so we're going to talk about who will compare well. And then I have 10 people pulled up. And I think all of these people, if they look right, could be in the top 5. Who's going to win is a different question, but I think all the people I pulled up, not all. I'll go into it, but I think most of these people could make a top 5. So, okay. Ariana, I think, is our front runner. I already recapped her physique, so you can watch my Charlotte recap video, but more volume in the legs would be good. And then just needs to be a little bit tighter so we get more pop from the front and the back, but her conditioning across her entire physique is the same. So we want that. We want conditioning to be the same everywhere. But just, yeah, a little bit tighter so we get more like pop in the glutes here. And, did I hear, I thought someone said that they sloped off in her back walk, that Ariana's glutes sloped off and the person who won didn't have their glutes slope off. So, yeah, we do see a little bit of the sloping off here. And I heard someone who was at the show say that. I forget who that was. And yeah, Maria is who won. So yeah, I think Ariana, I think she's our front runner. So definitely watching those two so far. And then Nade is looking crazy. One sec. Okay, Nade Noir IFBB IG. Okay. She posted a photo. Okay, so where Nade has always struggled has been her front pose. So she's already Olympia qualified, even with like the issues she had in this front pose here. So I think I did a video on this. But she needs to stand up a little taller. She's always hunched a little bit forward, which throws off her balance from top to bottom. And since she has such long legs, and when she like leans forward, it looks even more like off kilter, in my opinion. So yeah, needs to be able to like have that mobility in her thoracic spine, so upper spine, so she can like get this really nice turnaround, because she does have a tiny waist, but it makes her waist look thicker too when she's like hunched over like this. So front pose has been her biggest issue, but looking at her like post from this week, like she has totally fixed that. This front pose is excellent. I would take the hair off the back shoulder. I assume she will for the show. I hope so. I would also like to see maybe if she could like flex her lat a little bit, not bring her arm out any further, but like just so we get that smooth taper into the waist. Right now it looks a little bit abrupt, but she could just have a higher lat insertion. And I'm just like totally nitpicking. Her pose, like her physique is incredible. Waist is tiny, balance from top to bottom. She looks a little thicker in this glute here, which is good, but that's what's making like this big piece of negative space look so apparent to me, just with it like cutting kind of harshly there. So I would like to see a little bit more taper if possible, but again, not the end of the world. That's just like really me getting granular. I don't even know if, we would have to see the pose. And this leg I think is a little bit too far back, so I would bring the foot a little closer to the same line as this foot that she has. But yeah, that's all I have to say really until she steps on stage. And then here was her back pose a week ago. Very balanced from top to bottom. Her back pose is not usually an issue unless she like sticks her elbows out. She has a tendency to stick her elbows way out like this and see a lot of her hands. So this back pose looks way improved from previous back poses. So I think she could definitely win this show. I think she could beat Ari if her like peak is on point, like if she has all the pop and her posing is spot on, then I think she could beat Ariana at this show. Yeah, okay, so it's probably, those are my top 3 so far, so I'm gonna keep, oh fuck, who did I exit out of? I exited out of Ariana, so okay, I can remember that. Ariana, Brothers, Charlotte, Pro. Okay, so let's pull it up, and I will keep them grouped together. Okay, so I think those are our top 3 so far. But there are other people like Alice in this, so we'll see. Okay, and then Rachel Ober, so she didn't place great at this show, but she has placed really well in the past, like top 5, top 7. So I wanted to pull her up because of that reason. So I think what she lacked at the Charlotte show was just some pop and needs more muscle on her glutes here. I also think that the hair was like, I don't know, something about this orangey, like the bronzer, it looked like it melted into her hairline, which I didn't love. So I don't know what I want done with that, but maybe just more dimension. I'm not sure. Oh, and Lex is in the show. Fuck. Okay. So Rachel, I wanted to give her a shout out. I think she'll be in top 10, but I don't think she'll be in top 5. So I'm going to exit her out. Okay, Lexus. So she also has not competed in like over a year, like a year and a half. She competed last at the Olympia. And what she was lacking at that Olympia in 2023 is just overall pop. Like you can see she doesn't have like really much pop in her shoulders. Looks kind of smooth. And not as much pop in this glute profile as we'd like, but I think she was running into like, I think she had like she was sick or something at this show. I'm not sure, but just didn't really have pop. I think she was in the last call out of that Olympia. Compared to when she won, she had a lot more shape. But what she needs is just like another layer of size. So I think she has done that. Look at all this pop and dimension she's getting in her upper body, the projection around her glute compared to last time where her glute was kind of noticeably sloping off. So, oh God, I have so many things open. Oh, here we go. Okay. Her glute was sloping off. Now we have a lot of fullness in her glute. She also is not hyperextending her knee. So this is what we talk about a lot, where if you have a tiny bit of bend in the knee, just so you eliminate some of this extra negative space, then it can really balance out your physique, which I believe it did. So she did the right thing with her posing there. And that also gives better shape to the glute. I think she could bring her arm in a little bit tighter to her frame though. I don't love how far out it is pointing. But I'm really excited for Alexis and definitely think she could win this show. Okay, Alice. So great. I think this is our top 5, actually. So I think Wasatch might be the one you know what? I don't know. Well, I was thinking maybe Wasatch is the one that I think anyone that I have pulled up could be in top 5, but I'm not sure. Okay, Alice got 15th at her first Olympia. They only score to 15th place and everyone else is 16th, but on this past scorecard, Evie did look like she got 16th and everyone else had the same score. So Alice is great balance from top to bottom. Really great presentation, hair, makeup, suit, beautiful. Love the green on her. I don't really have anything to say about her physique other than she just needs a little more density overall, but she went pro like at her second or third show ever or something and like just quickly rose up in the ranks. And then like as a pro just started doing really, really well, well enough to qualify for the Olympia last year. And before that she was doing pretty well at big shows and getting like, top 5, 7, stuff like that. So I think for her, she will, like, the girls at this show who I'm looking at are all pretty tall. So like Alice is tall, Ariana is tall, Ariel is tall, Lexus is tall. I think Lexus is tall. Nadea is definitely tall. Like, so these 1, 2, 3, those 5 people will all compare very well, and they all only need minor things to get an Olympia qualification, in my opinion. So I think it's going to be a very tight race, a very comparable lineup for them, and it's going to be tight as to who places where. So I'm really excited to see those 5. Kiki, I brought up because she has placed top 5s as a pro. I mean, obviously, she's placed top 5s, and as an amateur, otherwise she wouldn't have gone pro, but I just reviewed her physique in the Charlotte show. I think this suit problem, it's always a problem. Like, I want the suit to be flush to her skin. We always get under boob or like there's something wrong with the top, so I would like to see that changed. She has really great pop. She just needs more upper outer glute, so I think she'll be in top 10, but I do not see her being in top 5 with the competition at this show. So lower body looks like this even when she is fully posed. She just needs more upper outer glute, but her conditioning at that show was awesome. Okay, Jessica Dolia. So I brought her up because she did qualify for the Olympia in 2023. She competed again last year and did not do as great, like getting some third call-outs even. So I wanted to bring her up, but I just don't know. She does not have the same wow factor that the other people we have pulled up do. So Ariel has a ton of wow factor, like her vibe on stage, her personality really shines through. Everything is always stunning. Ariana, same thing, really great vibe. Lexus, I don't know much about her stage presence, but I mean, I'm sure it's great. Her physique can really carry itself, so it's not like she needs the vibe to elevate like her physique even more. Like, her physique speaks enough for itself. Everyone needs a vibe on stage, but like Lexus is pretty solid. So I don't know what her vibe is, but I don't think that will get her out of the top 5 or something. Nade also has a crazy wow factor to her physique itself, not really to her stage presence. She struggles with her stage presence. That's my take, obviously. Like when she did the Arnold UK, was it last year? Whenever she did the Arnold, she walked out, looked really, really nervous. And yeah, so it looks like nerves usually get the best of her, but I think with improved posing, that should improve her confidence too. So she, like, those people all have wow factor. Alice also has wow factor. Jessica has a really great physique, but we don't get that same wow factor. It's not the same, like, streamlinedness that we get with some of these other athletes, but really crazy shape. She is someone who in 2023 made it to the Olympia, eventually won a show, I believe. And then, but she was like really high up in the points. So did she win on points? Was it on, okay, it was 2022. And yeah, Jessica has taken some time off. So I'm interested to see how she'll look. But I think it was 2022 that she, okay, Jessica, oh, okay, maybe it was 2023, I guess. I'm not sure. When did Lana go to the Olympia? Because that's the one that I'm thinking of. Because it was like them in the point system. Okay, here she is. 2023. So she eventually won a show, but she was like really high up in the point system for a while. Okay, so yeah, Jessica, I think she'll be in the top 10. This is what she's looking like now. I just, yeah, her physique looks really good. She looks very balanced. But she looks like the waist gives really great hourglass, but her upper body is just wider than her lower. And I don't know. I just think these other people will probably be a little bit higher than her. But I look forward to seeing her on stage, and I wish her a ton of luck. Okay. And then Ilaria. I think she's someone who will definitely get a look. I think she will be probably in this. I think this is our first call out. So we have these who I think are top 5, 6, 7. So I think these 7 and probably Jessica will be in like our first call out if it's like 8 people. If it's 6 people, then maybe Ilaria. I don't know. I think Ilaria could still make it. So I don't know. So let's look at Ilaria. Ilaria, like I said last time, excellent stage presence, hair, makeup, suit, all perfection. I love it. What she needs is just a little more size on the upper outer glute. I watched her posing videos too, and they look super fluid. She looks very confident. The only thing that I would say to change for this show is get the hair off your shoulders. So like group it like that and set it down. A lot of people will like flip it out, and that can make it get on your shoulders again. And then you have to like do it again, and it just keeps happening. So it's a cycle. So I would get the hair off the shoulders. And I would look up more. So like slightly angle up. If this is straight on, look slightly up. Cause it looks like her head is like looking down a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. That picture is so up close. Let's see what further away. Oh no, that one is still not far away. Maybe look like a half an inch. I'm like talking very small. And then do I think there's anything else? So I would not do a back walk because it exposes where the glutes slope off. So I would get on stage, front pose, back pose, make it look pretty, and then be done. But you don't want to expose any of your flaws. So how it works is they will call you out in your initial groups. They'll like mark next to your name. This is what a lot of judges do. I don't know about all of them. But they'll mark next to your name who they like probably want to see in their like first call out. Then everyone does, and that's grouped by your last name. And then they move on to individual rounds. So everyone does their individual routine. And then judges really start to be like, okay, yeah, I for sure want to see this person. Maybe I overlooked them. But they're looking for flaws because everyone looks incredible, obviously. Like, they're pro bodybuilders, so everyone looks incredible. So if you show a flaw, like your glutes sloping off in the back walk, then they'll mark you down, and that could potentially keep you out of, like, a higher call out. So I wouldn't do the walk to the back. But I really like her stage presence. Is there anything else I would do? And that was her pro debut where she placed 7th. So yeah, facial expressions look great. Landed the front pose the exact same as she did the first time. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. She looks awesome. I think she'll probably be in a first call out. Okay, Chantel. I love Chantel, and I love this suit. So Chantel, also a taller competitor, so she'll really fit in with all these other people. The odd man out is Ilaria, because I think she's shorter. But that I don't think will prevent her from getting a look. It just makes these other people more comparable. Okay, so then let's look at Chantel. So she has an excellent structure. She looked a little depleted at this show, so let's pull up a show where she looked her best. So the same show last year. Okay, yeah, this is much better. So she has a lot of pop. Excellent proportions. She has a great bikini structure, like one of the ideal bikini structures, especially as a taller person. Really wide shoulders. Hips are like, I don't know if her hips are wide or if she just has like a lot of glute shape, but really great width in the hips, so it tapers into her waist really nicely. This suit color I think is excellent. Hair and makeup are always spot on. So presentation, like, I don't really have much to say. I think she and Alice need a little more muscle, like a little more density. Nade has a good amount of density. Lexus does too. Ari and Ariel could also use a little more density. So I think Chantel is going to fit right in. I would say that she's probably going to get 6th place. She could surprise us and get higher. So, like, the people that I have pulled up, I think any of them could, like, move at any place within the top 6 or 7. But that the top 2, that's gonna be the tighter race. Who's it gonna be? I don't know. Okay. Let's look at Chantel's back post really quick. Okay, so here's Chantel. So a little more density to the glute. She doesn't have as great a projection as the other athletes, and it's tough because when you're tall, then it's like a longer muscle belly to fill out, so it takes longer, and she could use more pop in the shoulders. I would relax her arms a little bit because they're kind of like chicken winging, so I would straighten them a little bit so we have a smaller window in these elbows here, but that's all I would say. She needs more density on her legs, and just overall physique. She just needs more density. So, okay, that's girl power. Who do I think is going to win? I think on paper, Ariana, but I could see really any of these people taking it. Like Ariel, if she's put on enough size, which I'm sure she has in the last year. Lexus, she hasn't competed in a while, so it's going to be just a matter of how she shows up that day. Does she have is her presence on? Is like, she did she peak right? It's going to be her first show in 2 years, so first peak in 2 years. Nade, will she bring the confidence that she needs to bring to especially stand up against someone like Ari, who has a lot of confidence on stage, and same with Alice. So I think of the people who I think could win, it's either Alice, Nade, Lexus, Ari, or Ariel. So yeah, that's going to be a tough show. I'm really excited to see. Let's move on to Wasatch. Okay, let's move on to Wasatch. Who do you think is going to win? And why? I guess I could have put that on mute or something while I drank my water. Sorry. Okay. Let's look at Wasatch. So, I was really excited to see Savannah Jolazal on this list because I'm a big fan of her look. Okay, but let's start with who I have pulled up. So, I have this athlete, Lenny, pulled up. She went pro in 2023, and she has a really great structure and really great fullness to her muscle belly. So I brought her up because it's her pro debut, but I think she could do... Oh, and someone else. Is Erica on this list? Or is she doing... Yeah, okay, Erica. I'm going to pull up Erica, too. NPC. Okay. Yeah, NPC is fine. So Erica just did her pro debut, and she got... Okay, it didn't pull up, so I have to do it this way. It didn't pull up her most recent show. So she's competing at Charlotte, I think. Yeah. And she got 13th. And she looked really good. She was one of the people that was on her pro debut, so I was curious if she would, because she has really great balance. So yeah, I think just needs to be a little bit fuller in this upper body. Yeah. So she's doing this show. I look forward to seeing her. I think she could probably be in a top 15 again, top 10. That's kind of rude for me to say top 15 because there's like 25 people on this list. But anyway, let's look at Lenny. So I pulled up Lenny because look at this. Her shape and her back pose mainly, but her tan looks great. Hair, makeup, suit all look great. But her back pose really stood out to me Because look at the shape of these glutes and the fullness. Like, this conditioning is just completely spot on, gorgeous, incredible, full. Like, this is beautiful conditioning. What she needs all over is just size. Like, her arms are a little, like, thin. I hate to say that, but, like, they look a little bit thin. Her legs look like they have really good fullness from the back. And then in the front, it looks like just some refining here, more glute, so we get more glute profile. She could even, like, kind of corkscrew into her hip more, and maybe she get better glute pop, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm excited to see her pro debut, so that's why I pulled her up. Okay. I'm Xing her out because I'm going to only keep up the people I think are in, like, the top 5 or so. So, now we have Jordan. So, I already recapped her physique last week. So, but just to go over it again, I want a little more grounding to this lip. So, like, a deeper liner so we get, like, some more pop. And then I want the eyes, instead of being these more, like, neutral leaning copper tones, I want them to be, like, true copper tones. That will really pop with her hair. I wonder, do I have like a, oh my god, should I pull up? Okay, hi, okay, I love a coppery look. Like, if she had more, okay, this is like an extreme, obviously, but if she had more of like a true rosy copper to her eye, like even this is still more warm than what she did. This is too light, but more in that family. Let's see if I can find something really quick. Okay, so that's literally a copper glitter, but like more in the coppery range instead of like that, like more like these colors. So this has like a true orangey copperiness to it that I would like to see on my sister, my biggest supporter. This is like the kind of color I would like to see on Jordan. It could be more brown here and less peachy coral, but that is the color I would like to see Jordan wear. I think it would look really good against her skin. Because when we look at her, oh yeah, I used to shave off my eyebrows. Jordan, okay, those pictures are so cute. I need to start wearing makeup more again. She posted a video of what her makeup looked like. And yeah, see how it like has a more whitish and like neutral brown base? I want like more peachy warmth to the eye. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So Jordan, definitely a front runner. Where is she? Here she is. We just want that same, we want that pop. We want that pop. So I already went over her physique, but she didn't have the same pop in her upper body. Arms looked a little bit deflated. And then I still think, I know this was not her feedback, but that a little bit more hamstring would balance out her legs better. Because they look a little flat there, especially contrasted against this projection she gets in her glutes. So, yeah, I would like to see a little more pop this time. I know that she, like, from what she said on her podcast, from what she said, like, on her Instagram and stuff, she burns through food really quickly and then will look really vascular, which is something that has gone against her in the past. So yeah, if she could find whatever that midline is, I'm not a coach. I don't know how you get there, but that's what I would like to see. She will compare really well against Brianna because I think they are similar heights. So Brianna missed her Olympic qualification by 1 spot at the San Diego show. And who ended up winning this show? Brianna and who won the San Diego? I forget, you guys. You guys are probably screaming at the computer. Oh, Emmy. Okay, and Emmy's gonna be this show too. So, what do I think about Brianna? So, Brianna, really, really beautiful look. So, let's take a look at her front pose. I said at this show that she looked a little bit too hard. And especially with, like, I don't know how Jordan's gonna come in, but I would like to see a little more softness. So, we see a lot of detail on this leg here. I would like just a little layer of, like, softness. So still a lot of pop, but like more bubbly and less like grainy kind of pop, if that makes sense. She looks like she came in a little bit flat here. So I would like to see her fuller, more like that bubble wrap kind of texture. And then her back pose, let's see. so I think Jordan is a front runner for this show. We'll look at the other people too. Really great fullness. Like this conditioning in the back is what I want to see in the front. She looks harder in the front than she does in the back. Long term, we need more upper outer glute. So I don't think she will get her qualification at this show unless she comes in fuller. Because if I think she needs to come in fuller, if she does that, then her glutes will probably be fuller too. So maybe they are big enough. I'm not sure. So yeah, someone to look out for. Okay, Savannah. Oh my god, she has not competed in a while. I wonder if she has posted like an update picture. So let's look at her story together. This is when we do our little group. Oh, look at that dog. What a baby. Oh, Savannah, I'm so glad you're getting your morning steps with that little angel. He needs to go on a walk, or she. You know what? Dogs don't know what they are. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, so I don't see any updates on what her physique looks like, but I wish I did. Maybe she's tagged in something. I doubt it. Okay, no. So, Savannah. She is someone to look out for. Usually this goes away when I record. So, Savannah has a gorgeous shape. Gorgeous shape. Just needs a more fullness, I would say. Like another little layer of density, I think is all she needs. But great shape. Hair, makeup, suit, always on point. Like, she is an unreal competitor. A little more fullness to the glutes. I'm sure she's put on size since then. So, hair off the shoulders. I mean, it pretty much is, actually. Just that shoulder. So, yeah. Someone to look out for. She is really gonna... I think she will shake things up. Okay, Sierra. So, I'm a big fan of this girl. I saw her win this show in 2022. The Tahoe show. And I was fucking shook. Like, do you see her glutes? I was completely gobsmacked. Like, this is what she looked like, and she didn't even... Okay, so she is pretty tight, you know. This was 2022, but she went pro in 2023 at North Americans, and wow. She just has an unbelievable shape, really great, in like cartoonish proportions. I want the suit to be flush to her skin so we don't see under boob. Love that she has tattoos. She posts funny memes. I've been following her for a while. I really like her. So just more volume, I would say. Looking at her photos now, it's been like since 2023 since I've looked at them. But just more fullness to the physique overall, and I think she has achieved that. She doesn't post like much about like actual physique updates. She'll post like pictures in the gym on her story, like in a sports bra and leggings and stuff. But yeah, just more size to these upper outer glutes and just more fullness overall. And I think she is someone that like has the potential. We haven't seen what she looks like yet, but it's been almost 2 years, or not almost, it's been like a year and a half. She is someone that has the potential to maybe even like come in and win a show this year. I don't know. She looks like she has those genetics, and she has like crazy shape and a really unique look, like with her hair. I love her tattoos. So I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens with her. Okay, and then we have Jessica Neary. So she just went pro at North Americans, and she looks really good. I've been seeing her on Corey Linder and Kerrigan Pike's stories. And it looks like she is... Okay, Corey must have posted, like... I've seen her back pose recently. What she needs is just more overall, like, size and fullness. Maybe it's on her story. Okay. Owner... Okay, maybe this is where it is. Okay, let's check her story together. Okay, is this her? No. Okay. Go over here. Oh. All of this, you guys. Okay. Okay, she hasn't posted a picture, but she looks like she's put on a significant amount of size that will like make her look like she really, could stand against some really good people at this show. So I guess just take my word for it. So yeah, there's Jessica. I'm going to shout her out. So good luck on your pro debut. Okay, Emmy, also a threat to win, and she and Jordan are similar heights. So they will be very comparable against each other, and Brianna is. Savannah, I don't know how tall she is. When she went pro, what height class was she in? Let's see. So, Savannah. Okay, she was in class D, so she's, like, I think also very comparable in height to Jordan. And Sierra, I think, is also in this height. So, Jessica also seems short. And then we have Tiana. Okay, so Yeah, Sierra. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, I think I said out Jessica. Yeah. Okay. So Tiana, I think that's how you say her name. So she has placed second before. Okay, just once. She's placed third also at a show that Ashley did. Where'd she place second? At this show that Raina won. Yeah, so Tiana is like 22 years old. She looks amazing. Ilaria is also like 22 years old, I think. But really great look, great stage presence. Her posing is really good. Hair, makeup, suit is very pretty. It's just going to be an overall size thing. I think last year her feedback was that her quads were a little bit too dense. So if she's brought up her upper body to match her lower body a little bit more, then she probably wouldn't have to get as lean to get everything to pop. She could, come in a little bit softer in the legs. So depending on what she has changed in the meantime, I think she's definitely in this conversation for like top 5. Really great pop to her glutes, was showing a little bit too much detail in these hamstrings here, but really balanced from top to bottom. So yeah, someone to watch out for. And then Erica, we already talked about her. Let's look at her back pose. I did not look at that when I made this video. Yeah, could have a little more pop, and looks like there's some tanning issues. It looks like she might be exfoliating her glutes too much. Like she exfoliated them thinking that it would, smooth them, but really it adds like some more cuts. So moisturize a lot before you get the tan. Hair is really pretty, but almost like so full that it overpowers the physique, which is already a little bit undersized. So that's something that we talk about with hair a lot, where you don't want to have so many extensions that it then overpowers your physique, especially if you're already on the more small, like petite side, which she is. So I would use a few less extensions. Okay, so who do I think is gonna win? This is my least favorite part because I hate being wrong. Okay. I think in our top, we have Jordan, Emmy, Brianna, Sierra, Tiana, and I don't know. Okay. I think it's between Jordan and Savannah to win. I think. Okay, I'm just going to say, and Jordan is already qualified. I'm going to say, depending on how Savannah looks, I think she could win this show. If Jordan peaks right, she could win this show. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just going to, so those three, because I'm throwing Brianna in. I think Savannah could be in there. Oh, Emmy, obviously. Okay, I think that it's probably going to be Emmy, Jordan, Savannah, or Emmy, Savannah, Jordan. That is my guess. And what does Emmy need? Because I don't think I even talked about her physique. Okay, I already recapped this show, so you can watch that. But bring the arm in tighter. And her, it's just going to be further streamlining top to match bottom. She's still new at doing super great. So I think there's some more streamlining we could do with like top and bottom matching even a little bit better. Yeah. I would like to maybe see a little more pop to the hamstrings. So that's what I mean. Just some things are a little bit out of balance. It's so slight. Like she has a really great look. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be her, Savannah, or Jordan. If not Savannah winning, I would really like to see Sierra in the top as well. So yeah, that's what I think there. Okay, we have one more show, you guys. We have one more show. So let's look at Monsterzym. Okay, so smaller. Well, I still have most of these people pulled up. So Charlotte, the One Bro Pro show photos are not up yet. I wish they were. So those aren't up. And she ended up placing 7th out of 8. She was second to last, whatever it was. Again, if she could just bring back this Taiwan conditioning, then I think with like the exercise she's put on now, I think this is a winning look. But if she brings something close to what she brought at the show in Taiwan that she did this year, or what I'm assuming based on not having seen pictures that she brought to One Bro, then I don't think I see her in the conversation for winning this qualification. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully it's just been some peaking things, but it looks like peaking along with like some extra body fat to lose. So yeah, I want to see this amount of pop. Like this is incredible. And straighten the arms a little bit. I've already talked about that. But the show that she just competed at, the Taiwan show, and then the one bro whose photos aren't up yet, we just don't have the shape to the glutes. We see a lot of softness. The shoulders and the triceps look like they don't have much differentiation. So, yeah, that's what I would like to see a 2024 Taiwan look. Okay, then we have Valeria. Remember when she retired? So we have Valeria. And no shade. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so Valeria competed at Prague, and then she qualified for the Olympia, so I assume she's going to keep competing. She was a little bit hard, in my opinion. A lot of, like, hardness, graininess here in the legs, like cross striations and this quad here. So she could win. I mean, we'll just see, but I've said about her before, I recap the Prague shows so you can look at my thoughts on that. She needs more upper outer glute and probably a little more hamstring because her lower body doesn't really match her upper body. It's smaller than her upper body. And yeah, conditioning has to be more in line with what judges say they want, but from what she said, she doesn't love what the judges say they want, so, she does what her own thing. But she's qualified, so hopefully she competes at the Olympia, and I would love to see her, like, adhere to whatever the standard is, because she could probably win an Olympia if she started, like, building for the criteria. Okay, and then we have Sung. So she has placed 7th before. That's the only photos I could find of her. But really great shape, really great pop. I don't love the ombre. It starts to blend in with the tan, so I would wear one uniform color. The glute slopes off, so I want to see more pop in this glute. And then her back pose. I think it was on page 18 or 20. Okay, I was 20. I went through these earlier because I knew that there were a lot of them. So I would like her to slide her hands in more so we don't see her bracelet. She's squatting into this pose, so I don't want to see the knees pointing out like this so much. I would arch the low back a little bit, get all the hair on the back instead of on the shoulders, and then see what the pose looks like and decide from there if she needs to put on more size. And then we have Amanda. So I've already talked about Amanda at my Taiwan wrap up. I think there is just a mismatch, or I think there's like some posing things that could happen, like angling the foot a little bit, I think would change a lot of her lower body. She could use a kiss of ab detail. It looks kind of washed out. Hair and makeup is really pretty. Suit is pretty. And back pose is really good. But I think she just needs that like pop and projection that I've been saying some other athletes need. And it looks like there's some softness in the back of the shoulder here, like a little more body fat to lose. So, yeah. And the legs are a similar width. I think she needs more upper outer glute. Okay, and then we have Pei Fin. So she placed 6th at the Taiwan show. I would say that her conditioning is a little inconsistent. It's, a lot of hardness here and like vascularity, and we don't see the same in lower body. Vascularity you can't really control, but, balance is balance. We can't really, play the game of, well, my genetics do this. It's like, well, we have to just do the best we can. Some things we'll be able to overcome, some we won't. Not that she can't, but I'm just saying. And then the back pose, the hair and makeup could be more polished, more glam. And then I want the hair to be a little bit longer. The upper outer glute is really good. We are seeing the low back attached to the glute here, so I would like the suit bottoms to be level and cover up this upper glute a little bit. And then we have A Song. So I talked about her at the China show, the DMS Pro show. So she just needs a little more size everywhere. Yeah, just a little more size everywhere. It looks a little bottom heavy. I think she's sitting to the hip a little bit. Don't cover up the belly button. Bring it down to the hip. The suit color is pretty. Hair and makeup look pretty. And then the back pose, she just needs a little more upper outer glute and fullness and some more hamstrings so we don't get like this tight here in the hamstring. And then we have, Jibin. I love her. So she placed 15th at the Olympia in 2022. I believe that might have been her first Olympia, but I could be wrong. Here is her front pose. What she needs is another layer of overall density. It doesn't look like she's put on too much density since her last Olympia. So let's look at her first Olympia. She did not qualify for the Olympia last year, I don't think. Okay, yeah. So it was 2023 that she placed. She placed 16th at this Olympia. 22, she placed 15th. So yeah, she's been in more than one. So she's definitely put on more size since 22. Let's look at 23 though. Okay, she placed 16th. Yeah, so she's put on more size. She sits into the hip, which like makes the glute look pointy. So I want her to stand up a little bit taller, maybe arch the back a little bit. That could help. Level the shoulders. Don't teapot out with the arm. It takes away from the shape of the shoulder. So I would straighten the arm a little bit. And yeah, hair, makeup, very pretty. Suit is very pretty. So yeah. Back pose. Where is her back pose? Okay. Is this her? Okay, here she is. So looking at her back pose. Where is she? Okay, lots of photos. Appreciate that. Okay, we are so close. Okay, so in her back pose, yeah, a more upper outer glute, it just slopes off. So that's what she needs. And then she's like unstoppable. Like she has a structure and a presence that like she placed 15th at I think her first Olympia. So more fullness is upper outer glute here. The legs look really good. Upper body. So I would like to see just that change, how far she could get. And if she needs more size from there, then go for it. But no need to put on like a bunch of size without even needing to. Okay, and then we have Deakin. So we just talked about her in my video I posted like 40 minutes ago. So you can just look at that video. But she just needs more pop and to adjust this front pose. And then Mengru, talked about her 20 minutes ago. More fix her front pose and then was a little bit too tight. And then Vicky, same thing, just talked about her. So needs, I think, a little more leg and just to adjust her front pose so her knee angle is more forward at the judges. And so she isn't tilting forward. Okay, so who do I think is going to win? Valeria could always win. She's won like a million shows. So who do I think is top 5? Okay, I think Mengru could win this show. I think it's going to be Jibin could win, but I think she's fallen behind with the amount of upper outer glute people have now. So she could even be in like 3rd. I think it'll probably be Mengru, Jibin. Valeria could win. So she's just in the top 5. I have no idea where she'll be. I mean, maybe she won't be in the top 5 because a lot of these people are not as tight as her. So she will stand out in that way if she brings her normal conditioning. So I'll put her in 5th, but she's a wild card. Could be anywhere. So I think it'll probably be Jibin, Vicky. I mean, Jibin, Mengru, Vicky, Deakin and A Song are in there. I think those are the top 5. And then Amanda maybe in 6th. I have no idea who will win. I guess I'll say Mengru will win, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you guys. I'm at 199 subscribers. I'm so shook. I'm so close to 200. I never expected even like 3 people to watch. Or really anyone. So thank you so much. And thank you for liking my videos. It totally helps. So I appreciate you and have a great day.